Hi, this is Ty Bennett, the author of The Power of Influence and The Power of Storytelling. Today I want to share with you 3 tips on how to be a more influential communicator. We all communicate, but we all want to communicate with more influence. We want to move people. And I want to share with you the mindset of an influencer, the focus, the goal, and the purpose of an influential communicator. Now, as a communicator, your focus should be on one thing. Your focus is on your audience. Think about it. If you're a teacher, it's about your students. If you're a speaker, it's about your audience. If you're a salesperson, it's about your prospect or your client. It's always about them. It has to be about them. And when you make it about them, a couple of things start to happen. One, nerves start to kind of dissipate. I don't know if you ever get nervous before you give a presentation or a speech, but when we're typically nervous, if you think about what's going through our mind, is we're thinking thoughts like, I hope I don't screw up, do I look okay, I want to make sure I hit all my points, and all of that's focused on us. But when we focus on the audience, we ask different questions. We ask things like, what do they need to hear? What of value can I share that's really going to impact them? And there's a different feeling. It allows us to just focus on being as opposed to being caught in our own mind. We all do that. We psych ourselves out and we get focused on the wrong thing. Part of that is because we have the wrong goal. You see, most of the time, think about it, if you're going to give a presentation one-on-one, over the phone, to a large group, in a webinar, it really doesn't matter. Most of the time, anytime we approach a presentation or a speech, we have one goal, and that goal is perfection. Right? We want to be perfect. We want to just knock it out of the park. We want it to be a home run. The problem is, have you ever given a perfect speech? I mean, honestly, have you ever even seen a perfect speech? That doesn't happen. I give speeches for a living. That's what I get paid to do. And every time I speak, my assistant, as I'm on stage, she will text me and she will ask, how did it go? She knows what time I'm on stage. As I come up, I've got a text and I look at it and I go, sometimes it feels amazing. And I'll text something like, it was awesome. Great audience. I just knocked it out of the park. And then we'll get video footage of a lot of those speeches, and I'll go back and watch the video footage and go, that is not the same speech. I mean, what happened? And what the truth of it is that our goal needs to shift. It shouldn't be perfection. That's about us. Our goal rather should be connection with the audience. Because when you make it about them, if your focus is on the audience, then your goal is connecting with that audience. When you connect with an audience, all the imperfections don't matter. You see, we typically don't make a sale if we don't connect. People don't usually adopt your ideas if you don't connect. If we want to move people, we need to connect. If we want to influence people, we need to connect. And so our focus is on the audience, which means our goal is not perfection, it's connection. So then the question is, what is your purpose? Your purpose is one thing. Your purpose is to engage. What does it mean to engage? It means you want to grab their attention and make them part. You see, we do a lot of talking at people when we should be talking with people. We need to move away from giving presentations to having conversations. See, a presentation by definition is a monologue. It's one person talking. But a conversation is a dialogue. There's back and forth. And when you're one-on-one in front of somebody, there should be conversation and back and forth. In a large group, you can make it feel conversational by asking questions, by making it interactive from that standpoint. If you can remember that your focus is on the audience, your goal is not perfection, it's connection with that audience, and your purpose is to engage that audience, then you can start to communicate in a more influential manner. Because without engagement, there's never any influence. Best of luck.